Hi everyone, Michael here from Night Noon Games, and this is the first in a series of videos where I'll be playing Shadowdark solo in order to develop my new campaign setting called the ShadowLost. I'll also use my solo adventure to adapt into an adventure that you can play with your friends around your table. Some of the big things that I'm looking for inspiration on in this project are the television series from the 90s, Land of the Lost. I know there's a previous one, I'm just not very familiar with it, and also the animated show Primal. I'm really excited for this project and to see how it develops. If you have any ideas on what you think I could be doing differently, or if you have any ideas for the setting or for this adventure that I'm on, please leave comments down in the notes below. And of course, if you want to keep up to date on what's going on with the project, please subscribe to the channel, or you can sign up for my mailing list. There's also a link to that below. Now, since this is the inaugural episode of this series, the first thing that we're going to do is to build a few characters. So join me, won't you, as we journey into the ShadowLost. I've got some dice, got a pencil and pen. I've got my dice tray. I have the sweet Shadowdark DMs screen, which I'm just going to keep up here for a quick reference. I just think it's going to be make my job a little bit easier to have that handy. And then, of course, I also have the Shadowdark book, which just came in the mail, and I'm excited to put it to some use. So we'll crack open the book. To the characters. These are going to be first level characters, and it goes over which order you create the stats, where you create the characters in, starting with stats. And I'm going to use this handy ribbon to mark my place. Since this is solo, I want my characters to be a little more likely to survive, just because I think it's more fun than when you're constantly like churning through characters when you're playing solo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll 44, and then I'm going to drop the lowest. And then I'm also going to allow myself one swap. I would suggest that you also do 44, drop the lowest if you're playing solo, because you do want to give yourself as many opportunities to succeed as possible, but you still want to maintain a sort of framework of rules so you don't feel like you're just writing a story. All right, 12, 13, 12. I'm also playing by the rule if there are no 14s, I'm going to reroll them too. So, here it is, 6. 15. That's intelligence, so that might make a good wizard, potentially. Oh boy, a 6 to 3 twos. 10. All right, that's not too bad. 15. Sweet. And I'm going to be making 2 characters to start out with, because I think it's just kind of tough to play with just one character. You need to have someone for them to interact with. And I also feel like you want to have that other character there just in case one of them doesn't survive. It's easier to carry on the story that way. So for the second character, 14, 13, 16. Well, maybe this one needs to be the wizard, huh? 12 for wisdom. And 13 charisma. I think I'm going to probably have this one be a spellcaster, probably wizard. And then this character, I think, is going to be more of a melee character. So another item that I have that I'm going to use is Curse Scroll number 2, Shadowdark Z number 2, Red Sands. And for reasons that I think will become clear as the story I have in mind progresses, I'm going to use this zine to make one of my characters. And that character is going to be the Desert Rider. Howling barbarians thundering across the sand on wild horses, elven spies wielding curved blades atop silvery camels, or bandits wrapped in colorful silks, racing on sleek desert stallions. So I think that sounds pretty badass there. I just want to make sure they're not skipping any steps. Oh, ancestry. Haven't chosen that yet. Well, I'll just set this aside and I'll just get the ancestry. I'm just going to stick to the main ones here in the book for the time being to keep it easy on myself. So I think it would be cool if this desert rider was a human. I think that's, it's really hard to pick up a human as a sort of melee class because they do get ambitious, which lets you add an extra talent roll. So I'm going to pick human, bold and adaptable and diverse people who learn quickly and accomplish mighty deeds. Human, we know the class is going to be desert rider, level 1. You need 10 XP to advance. Class talent rolls. Great. Oh, and of course, the hue is ambitious. Sweet. Back to the cursed scroll and the desert rider, which we just read about. We're going to do the hit points next. And another thing that I'm going to do with this too, just to make it easier on myself. Not that I just want to make everything easy, but I do think when you're playing solo with a small party, you want to give the characters their full hit points at the first level. So I am going to give this human desert rider the full 8 out of the 1d8 HP. And their con is 12. I am going to allow myself one swap. So 15, 12, and I should probably go back to the book to finish up the stats. I just jump all over the place when I do this kind of thing. All right, so 5 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 con plus 1 intelligence, 0 wisdom. And the charisma is also 15, which we decided was a plus 2. Great. Now we might actually be done with the stats of this character. I'll keep fleshing out more before turning to the first one. So we know that he's going to have D8. So we're just going to say 8. Then plus the con modifier is 9. HP, I put the max here, and then that is what the current is. 9. I'm going to add, well, actually, I don't quite know yet because I haven't rolled on the Desert Rider talents. And since this is a human, I get to roll a second talent. So 9 plus 2 to strength or dexterity stat, or plus 1 to melee attacks. It's kind of like 2 to 1, half dozen to the other here, because I can just buff melee with strength, but that might give me other advantages later on. So I'm going to do that. If I had like an opposed strength roll or something like that, it'd be better to boost the dexterity by 2 rather than just have an ability to make you a little bit better melee attacks only. And now, of course, I get to roll again because it's human. 7. The same thing again. So I just beat this guy out to be a beast. I think that's kind of absurd, and I kind of like that. I think that's kind of fun. So I'm just going to just keep beefing this out. So this is at 19 now, and 19 is good for a plus. I don't even think it goes any higher than that in Shadowdark, does it? Can you get plus 5? Nope. 18 plus is just plus 4. Well, yeah, I think that makes sense. And then we know we're going to have a mount, or we're going to be able to charge. 3 a day. You can charge into combat by moving at least near before attacking. Each time you do this, your melee attack deals double the damage that round. I think that's pretty sweet. I'll put charge down here. I'll just put little check boxes that I can check off or whatever. And then mount, you have a common camel, a horse with a reliable or lovely demeanor. Not going to worry about it now. I'm going to look it up later. I want to keep moving with this. Desert Rider title. Ooh, do I want to be lawful, chaotic, or neutral? I think lawful, Spawn. Let's do that. Lawful. And the title is going to be Outrider. All right, sweet. Now, so I'll look at backgrounds in the book. And I'll roll for this person's background, since I don't really have anything in mind. 12. A mercenary. Cool. I think you have a mercenary that is also lawful. Like a hired gun that comes and cleans up bad guy messes. So I think that works fine. Oh, yes. And then the deity. Well, they're lawful. So I imagine they would be Centurignus or Madeira. I think Centurignus. I like Centurignus a lot. Starting gear, page 33. This paper is thick. That's really cool. All right, the basic gear they're gonna have. How do you know how much money it has? I want to say it's 2d6 times 5. Yep, there it is. 2d6. All right, so it's 10. So 50 gold pieces that I can spend. All right, so we know this Desert Rider is going to be mostly a melee character. Well, I guess first let's get a crawling kit. I think everyone needs that, right? What is the strength here? Oh, +4. So I believe that is your carrying speed equal to 10 plus the modifier? Or is it your actual strength score? Equal to your strength stat or 10. Okay, that's crazy. So 19, and I'm going to fill these up from the bottom up. So flint and steel, torch, iron spikes, grappling hook, 60 feet. There we go. And with 50 gold, let's go to the weapons first. Does the Desert Rider have any new weapons in here that I should get? Blowgun, bolus, Morningstar, pike, shuriken, razor chain. That seems pretty fucking metal. But I'm doing the pike. 2 slots. There we go. And that costs 10 gold. So I'm down to 40. Oh, because that was 7. So 33 gold. Well, that razor chain is pretty awesome. You can make range attacks with it, but it doesn't leave your hand. Man, that's pretty cool. All right. But anyways, pike. So 10 gold pieces. We got that. Melee. 2 times close. Okay. So you don't have to be right up in there. So it has a little reach to it. Pike. It's plus strength. It's going to do 1, and then it's going to do 2-handed. Sling. What if I need other stuff? I think it's sling. I think a sling's a good idea. So that's only 5 copper pieces. That's 32.5 gold left. And that'll be a +1 because my dex is +1. And 1d4. Man, a razor chain is on 2 more gold pieces. And it goes up a full die step compared to whip. Yeah, let's see what else we have for weapons in here that we can go to. I think you might have a few javelins too, because those also can come in handy. Let me say these are 2 of those. That's going to be 1 full gold, and 31.5. Then javelin, 1d4 throw. And then the AC is what? Oh yeah, armor, leather armor. That brings me down to 21.5 gold, and makes the AC 11. Plus a dex. Now I kind of regret not taking a little more dex because it beefed up my AC a little bit more, but still heavy. So 11, 12. At some point we make an upgrade to chainmail or something, but he's going to be a little squishy, but at least he's got a lot of hit points. Cool. Oh, of course, the name. Let's just try this. Here we go. Names by syllable table. We roll 40 20s. All right. 10, 8, 3, 9. That's going to be Garon Pilol. Garon Pilol. Garon Pilol. Ilol. Ilol. I'm just going to take out that I because I don't like it as much. Garon Pilol. Garon Pilol. I'm going to make that his last name. Pilol. Not everyone has to have a last name, but sometimes it's fun to have one. Pilol. Garon Pilol. Great. And since we're on it for the next character, maybe we'll just start here. 15, 1, 20, and 10 is going to be Quor. Yeah. Oh, Quor, 1, Quorowan. Cool. I like that. Set this bad boy back up. Yeah. And then we're going to fill out these stats. We do know that we're going to have this character be a wizard. No armor for wizards. So I think I'm going to swap strength for con to be my little swap, because that would bring con up to +2, and that'll bring the HP up to +2, because we all know wizards struggle with that sometimes. 13, 14, +1, 0, +2, +3, +1, +1. All right, not too bad. Quorowan, Core ancestry. Man, it's just so much fun to play elves sometimes. And I never really do it in my D&D campaign. I think I like to play elves more when I play solo. So ethereal, graceful people who revere knowledge and beauty. Elves see far and live long. You know, common, elvish, and sylvan languages. I forgot to get the language for the human, but we'll do that here in a second. Farsight, you get +1 bonus to attack rolls with ranged weapons, or +1 bonus spellcasting checks, which is great because I want to make this person a wizard. All right. So, elf wizard, level 1. I need 10 hit points to advance. Oh, yeah, right down there. Farsight, spellcasting. And then there, no. Common, elvish, and sylvan. Fighter, priest, cease, wizard, weapons, dagger, staff, armor, none, hit points 1d4 per level. And I already talked about I'm just maxing that out. So they're going to have 6 hit points because it's 4 plus their con. Learning spells, improving their wizard spell. Okay, we'll get to that hopefully. 2 additional common languages and 2 rare languages. All right, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just going to roll a d10 and I'll re-roll something if I already have it. 4 giant, orcish, and we'll roll d4s. 2 diabolic, primordial. That's a lot of languages. And then, of course, since we forgot the human, 2 dwarvish. Sweet. Continuing on with Quorowan. I'll roll the talent next. 9. Gain advantage on casting 1 spell you know. Awesome. So I'm going to pick those spells. I'm going to write them on the back. So I just feel like there isn't a ton of room otherwise to write them places. So I just end up going on the back. But I think it's fine. So I pick 3 level 1 spells. Let's crack into this puppy. Spells. Priest spell list, wizard spell list, alarm, burning hand, charm person, detect magics, feather fall, floating disc, hold portal, light, mage armor, magic missile, protection from evil and sleep. Their AC is going to be pretty low at 10. So I think that I am going to take mage armor. That's important. And then I'm going to take, if I choose magic missile, I always advantage. That's what I'm thinking of. So I'm going to probably get magic missile. I'm going to go with burning hands. You have to be close to use burning hands. So yeah, I'm going to go with, I think magic missile is also just so classic. And it's so much fun. Advantage on cast the spell. Oh yeah, and then mage armor was one of the precise mechanisms. Oh, there it is. 10 rounds itself. AC 14 or 18 if it crit. 10 rounds advantage. I will do magic missile. We'll start next to that, showing I have advantage. 1d4. And then maybe sleep or charm person. Might be more of a fan. Oh, but light's always good too. I'm going to go with sleep because we can just load up on torches, I think. And I think with mage armor, that's going to be important. So I'm going to give myself advantage on that. From the far side ability that this elf has. Sweet. Bells, done. Taken care of. Background. Wizard's Apprentice. Very appropriate. Alignment. I usually see elves as being pretty neutral, so I'm going to go with that. Okay, deity. Ord is just fun. I think Ord's my favorite deity in this game. Then Wizard's title, Apprentice. So my background is a Wizard's Apprentice and, oh no, Shaman. I don't know if I like that very much. Yeah, I don't see my character as being a kind of shaman character. And I know this is a title, but I'll think on that. If I can think of something better, I could just change the title because it's just flavor. AC is going to be 10 plus 0, so it's 10. Starting gear, roll your gold. Ooh. 11 times 5 is 55. Pretty great. Pretty great rolling. And a class, yep. Oh, and do you know what? Garon didn't get any other kind of gear, rations and stuff. Okay, let's take gear stuff first, because he also needs to get some more torches, I think, too. So, just going back to Garon Pilol, 2 things of rations, 1 gold piece, down to 20 and a half, and then torch, of course, 2 of those. I only get 3 of those. And that isn't as much because he's going to hold the torch, because I think he really will, since he's a 2-handed weapon. It's more so he can hold it because he has so many gear slots that he can hand one off to Quorowan. And I think I'm going to change this name too, because I'm having a hard time pronouncing it. Quorowan. Quorowan. That's the thing. If you roll something when you're playing solo and you don't love the result, no one's keeping track. No one's judging you if you want to tweak things a little bit here, just like I did with both names. So back to Garon, rather. What else does he need potentially? I don't think I erased any for those torches. So down to 19 gold, which is still plenty. We'll do oil and flask. Yeah, let's do a crowbar. There's that 18 and a half. All right, we'll leave it be there. Now back over to Quorowan. He's now been dubbed. We know he has 55 gold pieces, and we know that he can carry the 13 things. So that's actually not too shabby, considering he's a wizard. I kind of think I just want to get the crawling kit, just to always think it makes sense. Steel, torch, rations, iron spikes 10, grappling hook. And then, even though he's a wizard, he does need some weapons. So he uses staff and daggers. Give him staff, of course. And then daggers, give him 3. And then honestly, maybe like another rations, another torch. All right, so all this added up together, crawling kit takes up 7. 7.5 with the staff, 10.5 with the daggers, 11 with the rations, and how much does the torch cost? Oh shit, in this game with 2 torches. So I'm going to say 11.5. So that brings it down to 44 or whatever. Garon can I'll just deal with it. Sometimes mistakes happen. You just have to roll with it. And so, sure, tax, staff, plus 1, 1d4. If I can draw there, if I get right. 2-handed dagger. It's finesse and thrown. Can be thrown rather. So it's still going to be a plus 1 because at least the strength. 1d4 and then F and TH. Great. So that creates my 2 initial characters that I'm going to play this game with. If you want to follow along on this adventure that Garon Pilol and Quorowan are going to be embarking on, in what I'm calling the ShadowLost, you're going to want to like this video and subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it if you did. I also plan on publishing ShadowLost as a new supplement at some point. So the best way that you can get information on that and how it's progressing, besides watching more of these videos, is to sign up for my mailing list. There's a link down below the video where you can do just that. Until our next adventure, stay inspired and keep those dice rolling. Thanks for watching.